you say I'm not one of them. When I jump in my bag, I could jump out the gym. Take a look at my legacy, I gotta let them see I'm out here winning, cause I'm on a mission. Put me in the game, cause the way I'm feeling, I honestly do not see no competition. I gotta get it, so it ain't no quitting. We jumped off the benches and jumped in the trenches. No one is better than all of us, and that's why all of us been winning from the beginning. It's more than a game, don't play with my name. You come with your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game. Your goons, I'm bringing my game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. You hear the crowd, they screaming my name. I got the stadium going insane. Done with the talking, it ain't no discussion. You started, I finished, put me in the game. Put me in the game. Yeah, put me in the game. All of that talking just sound like a show, I'm just letting you know that I'm not entertained. Hey coach, put me in the game.
We are just a couple miles east of the LAX airport, just off the 405 or the 105 at the beautiful SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Los Angeles Chargers. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. They'll start this drive out on the ground. They'll get this to the 24, and it's second down.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know you're trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Mahomes going to throw. To the right side, it's Kelsey. So the completion good for just 3. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't give up big chunks.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Troy Pride. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. Dustin Hopkins on now to add the extra point. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. The throw for Tony is intercepted. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. And Charles, it's now a 2-touchdown lead in the opening quarter. Following that pick six, they are off to a fast start in this one.
And absolutely ecstatic on the sideline after that play, aren't they? Not just because they've got the lead, but how about seeing one of their guys get a chance to take it in for 6? Already up a pair of touchdowns. They've got everything going their way early on.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Another catch for Valdez-Scantling. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. On play action, it's Mahomes. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Mahomes, a hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tough rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking for Kelsey there, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Nasir Adderley. And the Chiefs are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. Wait a second, they declined the penalty?
I'm as puzzled as you are, partner. I don't understand how anytime you lose possession of the ball, yet you turn down a penalty that would give you possession back. Let's make this simple. Anyone who plays the game, take the football. Always take the football.
Running left, Taylor. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Yeah, that wasn't a big run, just a short one there. But guess what? Sometimes you treat it like boxing. You throw that jab out there, and you throw it again, you throw it again, then you come with a big punch later. Maybe they're just trying to set them up.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Herbert off of play action. Going deep downfield for Ross. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Well, we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football.
Well, CD, when you mentioned earlier about spreading the ball around in this game, I don't think you meant to the guys in the other uniform. With 4 interceptions here in the first half, and several different guys have picked him off.
Yeah, instead of analyzing what's going wrong with him, throwing the football, while we look at the defense, they came in prepared. An excellent game plan, well scouted, and they're taking it away at almost every turn.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5. If you start assessing what went wrong last week, Charles, in their loss, had nothing to do with the ground game. They ran it well.
And you also have to say to yourself as a team, don't go away from what worked. That's not the reason the game was lost. Running the football over time, when you do it consistently, usually translates into wins.
And they're hoping to do it consistently here. And some good tackling there as he stopped up at about the 41. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Trying to punch it in with Taylor. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. The conversion is successful with a sizable gain of 13, and the decision to go for it looks like a smart one. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
11 more on that one and another 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
Herbert operating from the red zone. He finds his receiver, Williams, for a Charger touchdown. Mike Williams, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns. A PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield.
This fielded right at the goal line. And nowhere to go. He only makes it to the 5.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. Throwing now is Mahomes. He'll get this one to Kelsey. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Give him 32 on the play. For an offense that has not found the end zone yet, that's a big play.
There's the spark right there. The big play that they needed. Now they've got to go ahead and finish this drive and put this ball in the end zone.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I don't care what sport you're playing. Everyone likes to build up a little momentum, don't they? And look at this, back-to-back completions to the big target at tight end.
That one not as profitable as the other, but still a decent gain. Flush to his right. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down. They go play fake. Mahomes. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And the Chargers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years, but here we go. 60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. They run once more with Taylor. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Play action this time for Justin Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable.
And the Chiefs are going to get him.
Trent McDuffie getting the chance to blitz and finishing it off with his sack. I think this defense, Charles, realizing the deficit they're facing, they're going to have to step up and make more plays like we just saw there.
Yeah, those are the type of plays that can focus a defense because, as we know, they've had their trouble so far in this one. But they just proved to themselves that they can get to him, and I expect them to continue to bring that type of pressure in order to try and turn around their fortunes.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Taking it about the 16.
A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return.
And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. A solid gain of 15 yards, and the sticks move. Mahomes now on first down. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. The center receiver in motion to the right. To throw again on second down. Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Now Mahomes. On the slant, he's got Hardman. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Operating from the red zone now, Mahomes. And he's got it. Touchdown, Chiefs. Jason Huntley, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are on the board here in the final minute of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. Already enjoying a 2-score lead here late in the second quarter. Not a ton of time left. We'll see if they can work this at least into field goal range and try to get 3 to add on even more to their lead. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Going deep downfield for Ross. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Juan Thornhill.
So the first thing that crosses my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely, and from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Bobby Okereke. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Well, all I can do up here is just shake my head. I mean, 6 interceptions. I cannot imagine what he's thinking between the ears right now.
Well, just think of how it is for his teammates, because after the first few, you know they're going over to him, hey, we'll get them next time. Now they're probably a little bit frustrated. And if you're a receiver, you're thinking to yourself, any ball that's in the air, you become receiver and defensive back. You've got to go compete for the ball so that you don't get another one picked off.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. A final shot before the break for Herbert. He completes it to Julio Jones. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment. The Charger drive about to get going. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. Sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he will be marked down short of the first as they get to him at the 29. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Now, meanwhile, they go for it on fourth down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Chargers will get the football back in excellent field position. First and 10, Taylor now. 151 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. The last run got 6, now second and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Crossing route complete to Ross. And he's going to be taken down right at the 10-yard line.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
On second and 11 now. Herbert has it knocked free, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. He's at the 50. He's at the 40. And he'll get it all the way down inside the 35-yard line. Always fun to watch a big boy pick it up and go. He may need a little oxygen on it. He may need a lot of oxygen on the sideline.
Not only that, how about you and me trying to balance ourselves up here because you can feel the shaking all the way up to the booth. That big guy trying to get it to the house.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now after the fumble recovery, it's Mahomes. And Mahomes picking up the first as he slides and hits the deck. It's a 10-yard pickup, and it moves the chains. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Mahomes now on 1st down. Going for it all. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Just what they need, a lecture from me, but subpar offense is what helped get them into this spot. And now they're continuing the trend with incompletions. That won't get them out of it if they don't change something soon.
3rd quarter now from SoFi Stadium. Here's a 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And now here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And some room to run now. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. A big play there for L.A. 48 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They go to the ground again with Taylor. Down inside the 40.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
On 2nd down, it's Taylor. They find some open field here. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Jonathan Taylor with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Chargers take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. No gain on the play there. A nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. Completes it to Hardman. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive.
First down, Chiefs.
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And he's got got it inside the 10. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Mecole Hardman.
66 yards.
And the Chiefs get a bit closer. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And that'll cut the lead back down to 21.
Chiefs 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
At their own 23-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Play action. It's Herbert. Steps away. They'll find Everett there, complete. He's going to be out of bounds on what's going to wind up being the final play of quarter number 3. So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. A 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And we'll see what he can do on the return. It's just a 32-yard punt with no return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by J.C. Jackson.
And the Chargers are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10 at their own 42. He's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Trent McDuffie
able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
A give for Taylor running right side.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here's J.K. Scott now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Taken in at the 22. We'll call it a 42-yard punt, 3 on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
And you hate to see this for them, but they're looking at yet another loss to begin this season. Things really going from bad to worse as they trail here starting this drive 1st and 10 in the 4th quarter. Orlando Brown, the former Raven, the guilty party. Mahomes going to throw. And now here is another interception. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit.
And this is caught. Touchdown, Chargers. John Ross, 36 yards. And the Chargers look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that'll increase their lead to 28. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things through this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Mahomes now to throw. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling, 42 yards. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Butker now to add the extra point. And that'll cut the lead back now to 21. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And this will not work out. The Chargers able to recover. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Well, 4th quarter with a 3-score lead here, Charles, but they're still going back to the air and looking for more points.
Yeah, with this game well in hand, it's an opportunity for the guys to come off the bench and get a chance to play. And a lot of
on Herbert, his 3rd interception. And the Chiefs are going to have the football at their own 1-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed it.
And, oh, that is going to be a safety. And the safety there, another mistake, and these mistakes just keep piling up.
How many more can they make? They put themselves in such a massive hole now. Going to be difficult to dig out from under.
Yeah, for sure they can't afford anymore at this point. This is taken at the 23. The Charger drive about to get going. Certainly no reason to panic. They've got the 3-score lead, but
The turnover last time, the interception that led to a touchdown, you'd have to think they might not be dialing that up again.
Yeah, probably not. They're still in fantastic shape, though, so I would imagine before he tried it out here for this series, head coach probably just leaned over to him and was like, listen, we're wearing these.
And the ball is free. Taylor lost it, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Now here's Mahomes. It's Kelsey on the grab. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Throwing again on 2nd down. Mahomes. And he's got Hardman in the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas City. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Now here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us. Because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this one is incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
2nd and 10, here's Herbert once more. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And he fields it cleanly. It's a 40-yard punt, but they lose yardage on the return. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just... And my goodness, another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Charger TD. On is Hopkins now for the extra point. And now it's blocked. This is going the other way. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. 30, 10, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. Boy, at this point, I don't know what's going on down there. You got guys running one way on the pick 6, now running the other way to return the blocked extra point.
It's almost like that guy went this way, but the other guy went that way. And guess what? Both of them scored points.
Takes it at the 7. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. On play action, it's Mahomes. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. The Chiefs quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
Well, they certainly spread the ball around so far, but they're definitely getting everyone involved now when you're throwing it to the fullback. Just shows how versatile this offense is and how everyone is a threat.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. Catch is made by Hardman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And now here's another interception. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as he gets this up past the 20-yard line. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in.
I think it's fairly safe to call this game over, but they're still trying to bomb it downfield and add to their lead. Almost makes you start to feel for the defense and root for them a little bit, too.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down.